I see a glimmer of light in this dark forest. These glowing plants with butterfly shapes. Only a little spark to set them ablaze, but it's enough to guide me through the shadows and unlock their secrets. A tiny flame flickers to life among the glowing foliage, casting it. The map before me reveals multiple paths, each one shrouded in mystery and potential danger. I've discovered a new tool, magnetite brooch. Loose beads will be drawn towards it, which could come in handy on my journey. I've got Flick the Fixer Hornet statuette in my hands. What's this? A little spark, just enough to light up the darkness. Now I'm looking at a map with wormways, and Plasmium is basically spice. Worms, Plasmium, and Dune vibes are all over this place. It seems like there are several paths to choose from, including Nettlein Door. Fear will not stand between me and my own pilgrimage. Movement stirs around us, hinting at life. Dense foliage closes in, making it difficult to discern where we're heading. We've reached that outcropping, a landmark in this. The hornet statuette lights up the darkness, revealing those wormways stretching out before us like an ancient map. That close call just now still has me on edge. The tunnels are getting narrower and more treacherous by the minute. Every step feels like it's going to give way beneath my feet. My trusty sword is lit up again, casting eerie shadows on these stone walls. Eerie atmosphere in here. Can barely see a thing except though. I'm surrounded by these eerie wormways, their glowing particles trailing behind our white-masked player character as we jump across rocky platforms. The air is thick with an otherworldly energy. It's like nothing I've ever seen before, a strange beauty that seems almost alive. As I navigate the dark cave, the wormways seem to be closing in around me. But then, something catches my eye, a faint light ahead, and what appears to be glowing particles trailing behind our character. The tunnel opens up into an enormous underground cavern, where somewhere deep within Weaviness calm, I'm surrounded by these eerie wormways in the dark cave. I'm surrounded by eerie wormways in this dark cave, barely able to see anything except for the faint light ahead. The glowing particles trailing behind my white-masked character are mesmerizing. I jump across rocky platforms, feeling weightless. My sword emits bright lines as I attack an enemy. It's a blur of motion and color in this enclosed space. This is insane. What kind of world creates such beauty? Now the map appears on screen. We're somewhere in the sands of Karak. Mount Fay to our left, the slab straight ahead. And what's this? WVNSTKARN down below. I'm getting close to my destination. I see it now. A massive underground cavern filled with plasmium-infused plants. This is incredible. Alchemist Zylotol here. Who are they talking about? Not bothering me, I hope. My assistant. Zango seems like a bit of an oddball. Oh no, the shell not dissimilar to his own just popped out from that cave wall. The hornet statuette caught my eye too. What's its significance? Flick the Fixer, what kind of title is this? I'm about to head into the wormways now, to our dead lands, life. Eerie wormways surround me in this dark cave, barely visible except for faint light. The buds must grow, only a little spark. Only a spark. The darkness seems to press down upon us, stifling in it. We've finally found our way. The words of an ancient prophecy echo through my mind. I've bound the silk skill. We're approaching our first major wormway intersection now. With the enemy in sight, I'm taking a sharp turn to intercept it. the spiked structure looming behind me still, and those vertical lines right. It's like nothing I've seen before. The player character is moving swiftly down this narrow passageway towards that stone platform where my foe awaits. My mind is racing. What secrets lie ahead? We who remained have waited long for this moment. Bind our strength to yours. The words echo in my mind as we charge forward, and suddenly I'm binding the Silk skill, S-H-A-R-P-E-R-T. I have this feeling that someone's watching us from. This forest feels like I've been here before. The mist swirls around me in a familiar dance, and I'm left. The words of the prophecy still linger in my mind. Daughter of a distant land. Bird's shadow falls across the glowing archway, and I feel like a stranger in a world that's not yet mine. The air is thick with an otherworldly energy. I can almost taste it on my lips. A dark cave entrance looms before me. In the heart of that eerie darkness, I blink away. The forest floor stretches out before me. I navigate through the treacherous terrain with. As I descend into the dark caverns beneath that twisted forest, the air grows thick with tension, and the looming threat of those airborne enemies lurking above. With every step forward, I feel like an intruder here, the silence oppressive and punctuated only by the faint rustling of unknown creatures in the shadows. I pause for a moment, examining my surroundings before proceeding. Each platform an enemy seems to be. But I will not be deterred. With every shot fired at those airborne foes, the darkness recedes just a little bit more, revealing glimmers of hope amidst this treacherous. I stand here in this dark cathedral, surrounded by the relentless firing of enemy projectiles from below. The mechanical object hangs suspended above me, its presence a stark contrast to the twisted spires beneath my feet. But I know that with every shot fired, hope flickers back to life amidst this desolate landscape. A swift strike sends that enemy crashing to the ground, its mechanical body still twitching from my blade's deadly precision. I'm watching a journal entry about Grom-burrowing worms that use blunted teeth to dig through bone, defeated somehow. Next, a journal cue. I navigate through the entries and see worm burrows with spikes on the ground. This is some creepy stuff. Gotta keep moving through these dark forests. I've caught a glimpse of some wormy creatures, and they seem to be connected to this mysterious substance called Plasmium. A sea of writhing tendrils stretches out before me, punctuated by the occasional enemy with a pink segmented body. I've got my sharp blade at the ready, but what's the connection between these creatures and this substance? The eerie landscape unfolds before me, an endless expanse of dark forest where wormy creatures writhe like living tendrils ahead of me. Lies an enemy with pink segmented body. I've got my sharp blade ready to strike. But how do Plasmium's properties tie into the mysteries of this place? Every step forward reveals more secrets. A sea of writhing tendrils, enemies with pink bodies, and now an unsettling feeling that I'm being watched by these very creatures themselves, all tied together by some mysterious thread of Plasmium. A forest so dark it seems to have. I narrowly avoided a swift and deadly strike, dodging just in time as that creature flashed past. Now I've gained some distance, but the forest floor beneath my feet seems to be shifting and twisting around me. Every step reveals new surprises, spikes erupting from nowhere, pulsating with an energy that's both mesmerizing and these worms seem to be watching me constantly, not attacking, but simply being present in a way. We're moving swiftly now, dashing through narrow tunnels and caverns with spikes waiting around every corner. The ground beneath me is dotted with Plasmium buds, little green jewels scatter. The world is slowly revealing itself to me. We need to keep moving. Those worms can sense our presence. Darkness envelops me, and I'm acutely aware of the danger lurking. I glide across this sword beam like it's nothing, those spikes below. The ceiling above me is treacherous indeed, home to swarms of. This platform run is getting intense. I land hard on this spiked platform, but my trusty spear gun has saved. The grappling hook is an invaluable tool up here. It gives me. Flying through this dark cave feels liberating, but there's no room for complacency. What was that? A brief dip into chaos now that. Floating spears are a godsend up here. I'm not sure how much longer those would have kept me alive without them. Flying through these dark caves feels liberating, but there's always the risk of. Whoa, that was way too close. The spikes down here are getting increasingly deadly by the second. I'm not sure what kind of platform this is. It seems to be. Gliding through the air always feels exhilarating, but when you've got enemies closing in. Dodging attacks is one thing, but these. That jump was a bit of a risk, but at least it paid off. I see a shortcut ahead. Let's hope it saves me some time and trouble. Now I'm soaring through the air once more. Dodging attacks is one thing, but these wormways have got their own unique brand of danger lurking in every twist. The scenery down here is like something out of a twisted wonderland, glowing spiky orbs emitting yellowish smoke, stone pillars, hanging vines. It's all so surreal. My heart's racing just from looking at the scenery. I see a shortcut ahead, might as well take. The buds must grow. Only a little spark remains. It's too dark for my liking, but that's what makes this journey so thrilling. A new wormway stretches out before me, full of secrets. Sharp Dart's deadly weaver technique has saved my life once again, piercing through enemies. The wormway twists and turns, its surprises always keeping me on edge. One wrong move could lead to disaster. What lurks beneath them? A dark cave beckons in the distance. The path splits off again, each turn revealing more of this mysterious world's hidden paths. Can I uncover its secrets? Twisted trees loom above me, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching. The tentacles are closing in fast. Oh wow, Plasmium. I've been searching for this stuff everywhere. It's beautiful, so vibrant. This substance is like nothing I've ever seen before. Natural occurrence. No way it must be some sort of advanced technology. My assistant seems to know a thing or two about its properties. My trusty assistant lies dead on the ground, The buds must grow. I've got my trusty assistant dead on screen. The buds must grow. This is getting intense. I see the bud's core glowing with an otherworldly energy, and I'm eager to extract some plasmium from it. My assistant is dallying about here, but I need that pure stuff to unlock new abilities. What could possibly be more important? Ah, now my needle file is charged. I've got my trusty assistant dead on screen. The buds must grow. Every step feels like it's being pulled from me as we navigate them. The plasmium buds are calling my name, but at what cost? I can feel their power coursing through my veins, tempting me with its limitless potential. I see the map unfolding before me, a sea of dark caverns and twisted tunnels, with wormways etched across it like a warning sign. I've got my trusty assistant dead on screen. The buds must grow. Plasmium's eerie glow beckons from Moss Grotto. I've got the map unfolding before me, a sea of dark caverns and twisted tunnels, with wormways etched across it like a warning sign. I'm not sure what's down here, but I'm determined to find out. Alchemist Zylotol speaks to me about my duties, but I can tell they're distracted by something else. Now, to my work I must return. With my assistant so rudely dying on me, I've tasks enough for 2 bugs. I see the large, round-headed assistant creature with multiple eyes on its head lying lifeless next to Alchemist Zylotol's staff. The alchemist seems concerned about their workload, but I notice a small figure in red holding a staff, and it looks like they're discussing plasmium with me. Plasmium, you call it. I have encountered its like before. They reveal that plasmium was discovered by their master at the farthest edge of Farlow, hidden deep in salt-stricken waters. The alchemist's assistant has granted me a wish. I've got the alchemist's assistant wish promise text on screen. It seems like they're offering to grant a wish with their needle file. What could be more intriguing? The Alchemist Zylotol is speaking up now, telling me about this incredible plasmium substance. I can see why they'd want to study its properties. And now we've got an assistant wish granted. Looks like that needle file is a game changer. How exciting to think about the possibilities. Could it really heal my wounds? I've got the alchemist's assistant wish promise text on screen. It seems like they're offering to grant a wish with their needle file. What could be more intriguing? The Alchemist Zylotol is speaking up now, telling me about this incredible plasmium substance. I can see why they'd want to study its properties. And now we've got an assistant wish granted. My eyes are on the glowing orb, a needle file charging with energy. It's almost too beautiful to use. I'm witnessing the alchemist's assistant wish granted screen, a glowing orb in hand, ready to use. The assistant is handing me this needle file, a tool that can inject precious plasma into my body for healing and protection. I've got my hands on a needle file, ready to inject pure plasmium into my body for healing and protection. This glowing orb is in the assistant's hand, radiating an otherworldly glow. They're offering it to me as a gift. What could be more wonderful? I'm eager to feel its effects. The cave's dark beauty surrounds me. Stone formations loom overhead and vines snake up them. Whoa, I just fell from the ceiling. I've got this little guy on them. The forest here has an eerie blue glow to it. I'm navigating this treacherous terrain now, dodging spikes and leaping. I'm approaching this creature from behind, its roar echoing off the cave walls as it prepares to charge. The forest around us is bathed in an eerie blue glow, and I can see glowing crystals embedded in the rocks below. As we stand here, the darkness seems to press in on us, creating a sense of intimacy with our surroundings. Suddenly, my assistant's voice whispers in my ear, "I've got this little guy on the run." He darts between 2 boulders and I follow closely behind. I'm finally out of that attack animation, and now I've got to navigate through this dark cave. The walls are covered in moss-like textures under dim lighting, with sharp spines scattered around. I see a dead assistant lying there. It's really quite sad. The buds must grow, but they can't right now because the environment is too dark. I'll have to wait until conditions improve for them to thrive. A little spark, maybe. Too much darkness, and that's all I'm seeing here. Wait, what's this? A shortcut. Now I've got a better view of my surroundings. The buds must grow. They're going to need some light to survive. To our dead lands. Life is scarce down here. It's too dark for me to see much, but I'll keep moving forward nonetheless. I came across a memory locket that's always interesting. Bone bottom, eh? Now we've got some creatures to deal with. The flicker has appeared. Ah, glad I caught it before it attacked again. I see a dead assistant lying there. It's really quite sad. I must have left him here for too long. The buds must grow, but they can't right now because the environment is too dark. A little spark, maybe. Too much darkness, and that's all I'm seeing here. Wait, what's this? A shortcut. Now I've got a better view of my surroundings. The buds must grow. They're going to need some light to survive. To our dead lands. Life is scarce down here. It's too dark for me to see much, but I'll keep moving forward nonetheless. I came across a memory locket. That's always interesting. Bone bottom, eh? Now we've got some creatures to deal with. The flicker has appeared. Ah, glad I caught it before it attacked again. Alchemist Zylotol is here too. Seems like he's not looking for trouble. What about you, Zango? Have you met my assistant by chance? A memory locket caught my eye. That's always interesting. The air is thick with tension, but I won't be deterred from my quest. The view opens up as we exit the shortcut. Let's see what other wonders this area has in store for us. Alchemist Zylotol seems to know his stuff. He's got a calm demeanor that puts me at ease. I'm loving the thrill of discovery down here. A new area, full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. The flicker flits about, adding an air of excitement to our journey. A dark corner beckons. Will we find what? I've got the needle file now. What a wonderful tool. This alchemist's assistant is taking his new Plasmium file very seriously. It's almost as. This alchemist Zylotol seems like a kind soul indeed. His dedication to his craft is inspiring. Let's see where it takes us. As I gaze around this warren, I feel a sense of wonder. What other secrets lie hidden beneath our feet? The air is alive with possibility, and I'm excited to explore every nook and cranny.